Today, we will be discussing Robert's Rules of Order.
Now, yes, we can talk about Robert, but really, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of Robert's Rules of Order in this series called According to Bob. Well, we're glad you're back for another episode of According to Bob, and we're going to continue where we left off, and we're going to talk about a few more pointers that you need to have in your tips and tricks as you are using parliamentary procedure. So, to end debate, there's this special language that you use. You don't say, I'm tired of talking about this, let's move on. But there is a way that you can say exactly that. And what you say is, Mr. Chair, Madam Chairman, Mr. President, Madam President, whoever the presiding officer is, I wish to move the previous question. Sometimes people also say, I call the question. And what is the previous question? Or what is the question? Well, the question at any point in time is, shall this motion, shall this bill, shall this proposal pass? So when you say, I call the question, there begins a specific set of procedures and dialogue that the chair will know to go to. The call for the previous question does require a second, but it also cannot interrupt business items. So you have to wait till you are finished voting on amendments or voting on something else. You have to wait till there's not an active piece of business being considered at that period of time. It does require a second. Again, we do that so that the chair knows that there's at least one other person in the group, whether it's committee or legislature or board meeting or whatever, that agrees it's time to move on and go towards a vote. It is not debatable. It cannot be amended. And it requires a 2/3 majority vote. So what happens when you say, I move the previous question? The chair will say, there's been a call for the previous question. Is there a second? Someone will say second. And then the chair will say something like this. There's been a call for the previous question. There is a second. All in favor say aye. All opposed, the same sign. Or they may say reverse your position, which means if you were for it, then you put your hands down. And if you are against it, then raise your hand. And if 2/3 of the people agree with that, then what will happen is you will proceed with the vote on whatever piece of business is at hand.